What's up, y'all? This is Travis, and today we're taking a look at the Mini GS from Empire. So this is a Mini GS. Now this is the limited edition, which does come with the two-piece barrel that is 14 inches. If you don't get a limited edition one, I think it's only a 12-inch barrel and it's one piece. So this barrel that you get on the limited edition one is a lot like the barrels that you see on the Axe 2.0s, except you don't have spiral ports here. You have just straight ports, which it's fine. I actually really like this barrel. However, I'm having a hard time finding different barrel backs for it. So that are this color. So I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe somebody can leave that down in the description below if there are these barrel backs in this color. So the build quality of this marker is fantastic. It's all aluminum. It's just really well made. Has a clamping feed neck. This is the only piece on here that is not aluminum. It's made out of kind of like a PTG type material. I think it's just PTG. I could be wrong. It has grips, and I thought I wasn't going to like the grips. Turns out I like the grips. And one thing that I wanted to point out about the grips is the grips aren't like crazy weather sealed. So if you are playing in the rain, I'd be maybe a little bit concerned about rain getting in here. You have an ASA on off. You have a gauge down there. Again, you'll never actually mess with this gauge unless you're fixing something really wrong with it. But you adjust your velocity from the screw back here. To take the bolt out, you do have to use an Allen key in the bottom here. To get to the battery, you have to undo these two screws here. So that's the overall kind of the Mini GS build quality wise. I have no problem with it. I actually really like the size of it, which is weird because I'm 6'1". So the Mini GS is an entry-level marker for tournament play, right? And it's a fantastic marker for that purpose. Now, if you're kind of just getting into paintball, this is also still a great marker to look at. It's short, it's sleek, and personally, I really like it. So I've had the Mini GS for a couple of months, and I've been able to scrimmage with this all over the place. I've been on the field with this with players all the way from D6 to D2. And I've just really enjoyed this. And it's kind of interesting because one, I kind of thought I wasn't going to like the Mini because I am 6'1". My hands are kind of long, but I have skinny-ish fingers, if that makes sense. Like if you have big fingers, I could see how this would be a problem, but I have no problem shooting this, right? I have no problem with the size of it. I actually really enjoy it, and especially when I'm in snake, being able to be here and be able to pop over really fast, right? Something about that small footprint, I really appreciate it when I'm in snake. Coming from longer markers, I just did not think that I was going to like the Mini GS, but turns out I do. So the old Mini had a horrible trigger. The trigger is very much improved. It doesn't bounce like the old Mini used to. It's not my favorite trigger, but it's not a bad trigger at all. It has a little bit of wobble side to side, but nothing major. It's not hard to hold at all for me. I don't mind the size of this at all. Some people do like that longer marker. And if you're coming from something that is longer, like a Titman or something, right? When you first get this, you might not like it. And part of that is like dialing in, aiming something shorter. I have over 50,000 rounds through this and have not had one problem. I think I've replaced like one O-ring in here. And other than that, I've taken out the eyes maybe twice over 50,000 shots and cleaned them. And that's about it. I mean, it's super reliable. I have not had any problems with it, like at all. Like it's easy to maintain. The user manual, it's great if you're looking at, how to take apart a marker, but this is like one of these markers that you can overall kind of just tell what's wrong with it and what's not wrong with it. Like if you hear an air link coming from in here, right? Could be an O-ring. This O-ring in here, there is an O-ring in here that it's not uncommon for it to be worn down. And I would say, once you are looking over 50,000 shots, you're probably going to need to replace some O-rings. That's not something that's uncommon in paintball markers, right? So overall, just incredibly reliable for the price. Especially, I've just told you a Mini GS shoots great. It's very accurate. It's, you know, pretty soft on paint, and people who are just now getting paintball are probably watching this thinking, what's the difference between a Mini GS and like $1,000 marker, right? And it really comes down to speed, right? Because when you're playing in a tournament, you have like 3 minutes maybe between points on like the max side, and sometimes even less than that, right? So if you're coming off the field and you have to, say, swap a battery, right? Having to undo these 2 Allen keys is very time consuming, right? It's, you know, and then grabbing a battery and sticking in, versus a lot of the higher end markers, mostly all that's toolless, right? And then you have a toolless bolt removal on like 90% of high end markers, right? Versus having to do with an Allen key, right? And it's just these small things, that make maintaining your marker just go way faster for tournament plays. For example, if you're in a tournament and you chop paint and somehow it destroys your eyes and you can't swab this, right? To get the eyes out of this, it's a total pain, right? Versus most eyes you can actually just get to toolless on the sides and higher end markers. This one, you literally have to disassemble the whole entire gun to get the eyes out. Now, chances of you having to get to the eyes to take care of that is very unlikely. In my opinion, it's just like, I think I've taken the eyes out twice over 50,000 shots, you know? So you can do the math. For $330, this is the best marker in that price category, period. Like, there is not another marker in that price category that I would pick over this for an electric marker. I've actually had a lot of fun using this. It's, for some reason, I really enjoy shooting out, you know, D2 players and D3 players that are using higher end markers, right? That are more expensive while I'm using the Mini, right? I think that's fun. It's something, it brings me some type of joy. And I don't know what that is, but I enjoy it, right? So if you're looking at getting in tournament play and, you know, practicing or just getting better at paintball, this is a great entry level marker, and this will get you into, you know, tournaments that are D6, D5, no problem. If that's like what you're looking into playing into for the first couple of, you know, times. Yeah, it's not till you get to like D3 where you're going to definitely look into probably upgrading a little bit. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll probably do a video kind of about maintaining your Mini GS, since that's not something that a lot of people have done videos on, you know, because people don't really know, like, what do you do once you get to 40,000 shots? You know, what O-rings do end up needing to be replaced? Because that's, you know, something that is a little bit more intricate, and, you know, these are O-rings that don't wear out very often, so you don't really know anything about them. And then if you threw away your manual, you know, whatever, finding leaks in O-rings, it's really not that hard. I'll show you guys how to do that probably in another video. Anyways, that's it for this one. Also, make sure you guys smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, because I'm going to try to grow this channel. And yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.